On the momentous occasion of India's 77th Independence Day, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, in his address to the nation, made a significant call for the implementation of a uniform civil code. This call, resonating from the ramparts of the Red Fort, has once again brought to the forefront a debate that has been simmering since India's independence. Modi emphasized the need for a common set of laws governing personal matters, such as marriage, divorce, inheritance, and adoption, for all citizens regardless of their religious affiliations. He argued that the existing system, where different religious communities are governed by their personal laws, creates discrepancies and inequalities. The Prime Minister's call for a UCC is rooted in the vision of a unified and inclusive India, where all citizens are treated equally under the law. This bold statement has reignited discussions and debates across the country, with various sections of society expressing their views and concerns. This call for a UCC is not merely a legal reform. It represents a paradigm shift in India's socio-political landscape. It touches upon the very core of Indian society, challenging traditional norms and pushing for a more egalitarian and just social order. The Prime Minister's vision for a UCC has set the stage for a crucial national conversation, one that has the potential to redefine the relationship between religion, law, and individual rights in India. India, a land of diverse religions and cultures, presents a unique legal landscape. Unlike many other nations, India does not have a single, unified civil code governing personal matters for all its citizens. Instead, different religious communities are governed by their own personal laws, often rooted in religious scriptures and customs. For instance, Hindus are governed by the Hindu Marriage Act of 1955 and the Hindu Succession Act of 1956, which deal with matters of marriage, divorce, adoption, and inheritance within the Hindu community. Similarly, Muslims are governed by Muslim personal law, based on the Quran and Islamic jurisprudence, covering similar aspects of family law. This system of separate personal laws, while seemingly respectful of religious freedom, has often been criticized for perpetuating discrimination and inequality. Critics argue that it allows outdated and often discriminatory practices to continue under the garb of religious freedom. This complex legal framework, a legacy of India's colonial past, has been a subject of intense debate and scrutiny since the country's independence. The Supreme Court of India, the highest judicial authority in the country, has on several occasions expressed its views on the need for a uniform civil code. In numerous judgments, the court has highlighted the importance of a common civil code for promoting national integration and ensuring gender equality. One of the landmark judgments in this regard is the Shah Bano case of 1985. In this case, the court ruled in favor of Shah Bano, a divorced Muslim woman, granting her the right to alimony from her former husband. This judgment, while upholding the right to maintenance for divorced Muslim women, also urged the government to enact a UCC to eliminate disparities in personal laws. The court observed that a common civil code would help in achieving the constitutional goal of securing social justice and gender equality. The Supreme Court's observations and judgments on the UCC have consistently underscored the need for a legal framework that transcends religious differences and upholds the fundamental rights of all citizens. The judiciary's stance on this issue has been clear and consistent. A uniform civil code is essential for realizing the true meaning of equality and justice in a diverse and pluralistic society like India. Section 4. Arguments for a unified civil code. Proponents of a uniform civil code argue that it is essential for creating a just, equitable, and unified society. They highlight that a common set of laws governing personal matters would eliminate the existing disparities and discrimination faced by many, particularly women, due to the application of different personal laws based on religion. A UCC, they argue, would promote gender equality by ensuring that all citizens are governed by the same laws in matters of marriage, divorce, inheritance, and adoption, irrespective of their religious beliefs. Furthermore, they contend that a UCC would strengthen national unity by replacing the existing fragmented legal system with a common legal framework that binds all citizens together. By having a unified legal system, proponents believe that it would simplify legal procedures and reduce the burden on the judiciary. A UCC, they argue, is not about imposing any particular religious or ideological view. It is about ensuring that all citizens are treated equally under the law and are afforded the same rights and protections. Section 5. Voices of Dissent and Apprehension. Critics of the Uniform Civil Code express concerns that it might infringe on religious freedoms and cultural practices. They argue that personal laws are deeply rooted in religious traditions and that imposing a common code could erode these traditions. Some fear that a UCC might lead to a homogenization of diverse cultural identities, undermining the pluralistic fabric of the nation. There are also apprehensions about the potential misuse of a UCC to further political agendas, rather than genuinely addressing issues of inequality and discrimination. Critics emphasize the need for a more inclusive and consultative approach in the formulation of any such code, ensuring that the voices of all communities are heard and respected. Section 6. Navigating the challenges, reaping the rewards. Implementing a uniform civil code is not without its challenges. It requires careful consideration of the diverse cultural and religious practices that exist in India. There must be a balance between preserving these traditions and ensuring equality and justice for all citizens. Legal experts suggest a phased approach, with gradual reforms that build consensus among various communities. Public awareness and education are crucial in dispelling myths and fostering a better understanding of the benefits of a UCC. If navigated thoughtfully, the implementation of a UCC could lead to a more cohesive and harmonious society, where every individual enjoys equal rights and protections under the law. Section 7. Towards a future of harmony and equality. The journey towards a uniform civil code is a complex and evolving process. It requires the collective will and cooperation of all stakeholders, including the government, civil society, and religious communities. By fostering dialogue and understanding, India can move towards a future where legal uniformity coexists with cultural diversity. A future where every citizen, regardless of their background, is treated with fairness and respect. The vision of a unified civil code is not just about legal reform. It is about building a nation that truly embodies the principles of justice, equality, and unity. The path may be challenging, but the rewards of a more harmonious and equitable society are well worth the effort.